Yo, what's up, y'all? Good morning, good afternoon, good night. I don't know where you're watching this from. My name is Benin. So, I'm a U.S. military veteran. Served the United States military. I was an officer. And one of the most important lessons I learned from my time in the military was the excruciating level of discipline and attention to detail. Now, when you get into an organization like this is the norm. So you operate at this high level and this high standard just as a norm because everybody does it. Why am I talking about this with you today? I'm discussing this with you today because I truly believe, honestly, that a disciplined life is the highest form of self-love and self-respect. And when you live your life in organization, when you live it structured and disciplined, right, and have a routine, I truly believe, and I have evidence to back this up, that is the best life to live, in my opinion. I don't know how people could function in chaos and in disorganization and not having a routine or a structure to their lives. Now, especially as men, I want to speak to men, young men, boys, because I was at one point 16, 17 years old. I was a young kid. I was overweight. I was the child of parents going through a divorce or separation, whatever you want to call it. And I had to make a decision at that time of who I wanted to be, who I was going to be, where I was going to go in my life. And as I talk to you right now, I kind of think back to that moment as a 16-year-old kid, right? 15, 16, looking in the mirror of myself, not liking what I saw, not liking my body, not really understanding, not really having direction or guidance. But the one thing I did was I turned to God. I turned to my faith. I prayed. I asked God to help me, to give me direction, to take me up. Because there's a verse in Psalms 27. It says, when your mother and your father forsake you, then the Lord will take you up. And what that means is that even your own mother and father, right? There are times where they could let us down. They could disappoint us. They could even cast us away, abandon us, right? But it says at that time, when you call on the Lord, when you call on him, he will take you up. He will be your father. He will be your mother. He will be your brother. He will be your friend, right? None other than the Lord Jesus Christ. And at that time, as a 16-year-old, I made that decision to call on God. That was the single best decision I could have made. Because at that point, that led like a domino effect to different things in my life that have led me to success, that have led me to a life of construction and not deconstruction. Led me to the path of being an honors graduate. I graduated college with honors, magna cum laude. I had a 3.7 GPA. I went on commission as a naval officer, United States Navy. Had a very successful career with that for the time that I served. I did one deployment overseas. I was a deck division officer and handled a lot of roles and billets and things of that nature in the United States military. And I achieved my surface warfare designation PIN in about 13 months. And typically to achieve that designation PIN, it takes you about 36 months is what the average is. I've got mine in half the time. Also, I am a husband. I got married in 2024. Also in that same year that I got married, I purchased a 4-unit property. So God has blessed me greatly. And these were desires in my heart that I feel he allowed me to have and allowed me to achieve in just a short amount of time. Just like a lot of success, a lot of victory after victory, doing a lot of hard tasks that honestly a lot of people beyond my years or beyond my age haven't even achieved yet, but I've, by the grace of God, been able to achieve. So I'm speaking to you from someone who is speaking from experience. I've transformed my body from being overweight, being 260 pounds, getting down to a lean 200 pounds, 185, things like that. And I'm sharing this with you because you may be wondering right now, like, what do I do with my life? Where do I go? What's the next step for me? And the first step is you have to acknowledge your creator. You were created. God created you for a reason, for a purpose, for a calling. He's given you this life for a reason. You are not here by accident. So it is a disservice to him. It is dishonorable for you to not even acknowledge your creator, to ask, hey, you made me. What would you like me to do? Who would you like me to become? That's the first step. Get into the word of God, begin to read some scriptures and seek guidance. And the next step would just be to, with that faith, with that decision of trusting in God, you start to take action. You start small. Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't wait until this day. Start today. Make a decision today, right? To make a difference. Being disciplined is the highest form of self-respect and self-love, because you are saying to yourself, to the world, to everybody, I want better for myself. I am going to do what it takes to achieve better for myself. And when you begin to work out, when you begin to eat right, get your physique in shape, work on your finances, work on your business, work on becoming something greater than, right? You walk in with a sense of aura. Everybody talking about aura all the time. I hear that term a lot. You walk in with this aura of just respect. You're gonna see people will respect you as a man because you respect yourself. If you're doing things like gooning or whatever they call it, hopefully they don't ban me on YouTube for that. I don't even know what that really means, but I think it's like touching yourself and crap like that. If you're doing that, watching images and videos you shouldn't be watching, overeating, over drinking, partying, just sleeping around all the time, just doing degenerate activities, you're going to start to look like a degenerate or give off the energy of a degenerate. That's just the nature of it. And when you do things to respect yourself, you're going to look like and give off the energy of someone who is respectable, and people will respect you. But you have to respect yourself before others will respect you. And that truly comes from living a disciplined life. It's not always what you do, but it's the things that you don't do. And if you're searching for direction, if you're searching for guidance, if you're searching for a sign, I want to tell you, you're not alone, man. You can make something of yourself in this life. You don't have to accept your current status in life. You can poke life, and it can morph, it can change on the other side. This is not a fixed thing. One decision at a time, one thought at a time, one action at a time, you can actually begin to change your life. You can be the man that you've always respected. Think of a man right now, young man that you just respect the most. You know what I mean? And I hope it's not somebody who's participating in like degenerate activities. I hope it's like an honorable man, someone who has a family, someone who's respected in business, someone who has a relationship with God, someone who's in shape, has his finances in shape, just a guy that has his head on his shoulders. Someone who speaks with authority. Like those are the type of men I respected. Men that people looked up to, men that took care of their families, loved their wives, loved their children, and were strong men. And I always wanted to be that type of man. Like that is my ideal man. And and I continue to just build myself into that man every single day. So think on that. Think on who you want to become this year, and begin to work towards it. And understand that you're not alone, man. You're not alone. I have been exactly where you've been. I know I don't have like the biggest channel yet or whatever like that. You may look at my views or whatever, but that doesn't matter. I have been exactly where you have been. I've been in the pit. I've been feeling like my life living in hell. Like I felt those thoughts, man. Even coming out of the military, I understand where you are. And I'm just here to tell you, like a big brother or like your future self coming back to tell you that it gets better. It gets better when you decide you want better. And there's a whole life. There's a whole list of accomplishments, success, the life you desire, the wife, the partner you desire, right? The job, the career, the finances you desire, all that stuff, man, is waiting for you. It's waiting for you. But you have to start making a decision to take action. And that starts with discipline yourself. Get a routine. Get up at a certain time every day. Get in the gym. Eat right. Build yourself. Men are built. Boys are created. Boys are made. Men are built. You got to build yourself as a man. As a man, or as a male, you're born with nothing. You know, God gives us value, right? We have value from the Creator. But as far as a man, Paul says, when I was a child, I thought as a child. It says, I behaved, I thought, I spoke, I acted as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. Being a man is about intentionality. It's about a conscious decision to do manly things. To be respectable, to be honorable, to build yourself, to build your body, to build your mind, to build your relationship with God. Men are built. You can be a 50-year-old boy, or you can be a 20-year-old man. Men are built. So I came here to tell you, you young guys out there, that might be like in your teens, or even you guys are in your young 20s, or even some of you older guys, man, are like in your 30s or early 40s, and you're still trying to figure it out. Like, bro, it gets better, bro. It gets better. But you got to put in the work, though. Like, I'm going to tell you straight up right now, there's no shortcuts. There's no way around this, bro. The only way is through. There's no instant gratification with this, bro. There's only work, bro. There's only work, bro. Every day. Every single day, bro. Every single day. Only work, man. And it's beauty in it. We're made to work as men. So, I just want to say, man, I'm proud of you for watching this video. If you watch this up until the end. And I'm proud, bro, that you're still in the fight, man. Like, you got to realize, if you're struggling right now, if you're fighting, if you're going through hell, bro, that's a beautiful thing, man. Because you're still here to fight. You're in the fight. You're struggling. Your survival rate up until this point is 100%. Whatever it is you're battling or whatever it is you're facing, man, it hasn't taken you out, man. And I get so passionate about this because I'm telling you, man, I know what it's like, man. I know what it's like to be battling in your mind. I know what it's like to just be trying to figure it out, bro. And you're looking at this life ahead of you, like, what are you gonna make of yourself? And I truly believe that this is like my calling. This is one of my callings, is using my voice to speak into this generation. Whether it be to just talking to you like this in these type of videos, whether it be through music, because I create music, or whether it be just through how I live my life, love my wife and my family. Like, I truly believe, like, this, though, like, talking to you is why God put me here. Like, I have power in my voice, and I want to speak to some of you guys out there to make a difference, to show you that there's a better life, bro. That it's respectable. It's cool to be a man that is responsible, that takes care of business, that's accountable, that people can depend on. Like, you know what I mean? To handle your business, you get what I'm saying? That's respectable. Like, that's cool, bro. You don't gotta be anybody else. God created you to be you. But I'm gonna wrap this video up. Like I said, I'm proud of you, man. Keep going, keep fighting. Stay committed to this. And I promise you, I guarantee you, man, you continue to put your faith in God, and He's gonna shock you. He's gonna wow your life. So trust Him and put in the work. Trust God, put the work in, take action today. There's nothing else you get from the video. Get that. I'll see y'all at the top. All right. Y'all have a blessed day.